Guys. So I'm gonna be showing you a bit more in depth of the Void Hunter and what it is. I'm just gonna unlock the door so I can get out. As you can see, the Void Hunter is very dark in its color, and at a serious distance then you wouldn't be able to even tell it apart from the actual background. And this is a very light one due to the custom map, or not map but background, whatever. Anyways, on to the more specifics. In here we have at the very tip of the nose the bulldog hidden away, sort of, and tucked between armor plates. These are Uncle Steve's armor ramps. Very nice to design with. We have two of the S-modular thrusters here at the front, which give you more than, well, actually on each side. They give you more than enough stopping power. And we have the longbow cannons right here. These things really hurt armor. Like, even if they are just the small ship models, for some reason they do so much damage. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the actual modder himself tells everybody on the mod page when you download it. In the description he says that they are unbalanced, so if you want them to do decent damage, then I would say go into the files and edit it there if you can. If not, read up first, get yourself informed, because you don't want to go into files and mess something up. Also, maybe look at the description first of the modder and see if he's given anyone permission to go edit his files. At the top here we have a simple sort of door mechanism with one of the conveyor hinges that you can download, also as a mod specified in the description. It covers up the cockpit, so when you press this button at the top, when it's not locked, I assume, did I lock it? Yeah, I turned it off. So, press this button at the top here, the door will close like that, and you'll be secured. Of course, in the cockpit itself you want to turn the hinge off so it's fully locked and it won't go bouncing around once you start flying. Now, going at the pack, you have some amount of thrusters. There's 10 in total, which give you a serious amount of acceleration for this kind of ship. These modular thrusters are like unbalanced, I would say. They give you ridiculous power, like compared to the standard ones or a lot of different ones on the workshop currently. Now, moving to the bottom, we have 8 thrusters, again S-modular ones without any of the flaps. They give you upwards thrust, very nice. 2 of your merge blocks. These are the connectors for your bombs. Like, for example, I don't have one right now with me. I'll fly over there in a second. Not necessarily only bombs, you can pretty much add anything here, like for example, if you would make a small tube kind of construction with a merge block and then fill it with small containers, then you could stash it under here and make it carry that. Not really what it's used for, but it's possible. The conveyor the connector is at the bottom, which is also going to be integrated into the main carrier once I build it. It is currently not yet under construction, but I will start on it after this video. It will have its own unique kind of, or I'm going to attempt to make it unique. I'm not going to make any promises as of yet. I'm going to try and make it unique coupling system where this ship will actually be forced to constantly dock with the carrier in order to be stationary and deactivated while not in open space, etc. So it cannot land with other stations unless they like copy the same docking system, and that's gonna be the whole actually emphasis of this ship. Is it's gonna have a medium-sized ship, which is its carrier and its supplier. The ship will undock and then go hunt the target which you were transported to. Once all is said and done, the ship will return to its carrier, dock again, and you're off. Now, you could possibly you could possibly like take this on the side of like, let's make this a long distance ship. But to be fair, the oxygen tanks that I put in here are just for survival if you get shot, so your carrier has some time to come pick you up. The ship is not meant to actually travel great distance. This is merely an attack, destroy, get back to base ship ASAP. The base being the carrier, which is most of the time not far away. It has a 100 times reactor in it, which is giving it a fair amount of power. But I assume that once I have not actually tested this yet because I've just only started testing with the normal version of the reactor. I assume this one drains a lot more like of the actual material, while still giving relative high amounts of power. Thing also is I've been thinking of when the carrier is made to put a second docking bay in there in the medium ship to allow, for example, a scrapper or sort, a scavenger more to the point. If the ship that you just destroyed has something interesting in it, then you can send out the scavenger to go collect it. Possibly a drone or something that can be operated by the carrier itself. There is no front window on this ship, but there is a camera. This is done because I don't want any of the frontal fire to like get a lucky hit in somewhere and destroy the ship, or the cockpit more precise. So basically you get into the top like that. Let's pull up the menu here. You do a 9 to drop down the hatch. Just relatively slow, but I do that for safety purposes. 8 to lock it into place. And I also added the antenna, so you can actually, like that, now just the name popped up and the antenna broadcasting. So you can select whether or not you want to be visible on the map or in the open world. Broadcasting should be turned on. Yes, that's to allow your friendly ship, your carrier, to come pick you up if need be, like emergency. But other than that, I would suggest turning it off just to like entirely to avoid detection. Right. We've got a bit of a target that I already wrecked over there. We'll just go fly over here. So let's first of all hop into the camera display, which is 3, which will give us a better view. Now hopping into 1, this is the Bulldog weapon. Everybody knows how it works. It's pretty destructive. At number 2 you have your longbows. These things really hurt. This is light armor, but like even if it is only light armor, that is a lot of damage. I mean, 2 shots and the armor's like taken apart. That's not bad. Alright, coming back out. Let's hop into number 2 of the tab. Load up our left side connect emerging block. I almost said connector there for whatever reason. For some reason it doesn't want to work. Hang on. Let's have a look, shall we? It's not off, so Yeah. I forgot to say this, but you might want to actually like not do what I just did. I did not integrate a actual button to reactivate the hinge, so make sure you turn on and open your ramp. It's not working for some reason. Let's try the other one. See, that's what happens if you leave the ramp open. Right. I am just going to have to fix this, aren't I? Let's color it black. Let's for now turn that off, shall we? Let's get over here, and do we have connection? Please tell me we do. No, not gonna connect. Right, so it's the ship merge block then that's acting up. Right. Just a second. This happens sometimes. I haven't figured out how to actually fix this as of yet. There we go. It's just flat out refusing to actually connect for some reason. Right. This thing needs to stop moving first of all. Just rotate it in the right direction. Like so. It's a bit far away though, but still doesn't really matter. A bit more to my right. Slowly down. There we go. Come on. There we go. Okay. Finally. Serious operation. I'll have to delete these two. Darn. I think it's this one. And number 3 should be right. So wait, did I actually? Yeah, okay. There we go. That should fix it. Right, so the way it works is I have left spaces in the actual, like next to the bomb locks, usually because what I do is I go into the panel. This one is already named, thank God for that. And for example, I overwrite the actual thrust on it. That is why it has a thruster. Imagine that. Right, let's go and aim this thing a bit. It won't be as good, but it'll have to do. And then release. So that is the whole idea behind those bombs. But again, as I said before, you do not need to have bombs. You can have pretty much anything in there if you want it. I mean, there's no one telling you what you have to like attach as a payload. Plus, if you have to like take into account that these bombs are gonna be pretty annoying to make every time if you're just like running with a carrier ship, because that's all it'll be. This is the inside. You have your antenna for the control at range. If needed be, like you would actually drop it somewhere and wanted to manually explode it, you could use this antenna to actually control the bomb. You have 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 of these bad boys. They're all strapped in. I left the space open because usually, like, you're not supposed to be seen coming, so if they shoot your bombs, then wow, what a good gunner. Or lucky to have seen you, to have spotted you, and in that case, your mission is pretty much failed. These do not come with the package, however, I do like personally am quite fond of this model. I've got to say this is my first bomb that I've actually like successfully made myself. I have not looked at any videos because I do not see the point in copying anybody else's design. It's a pretty lame way of going about things, in my personal opinion. But yeah, fun stuff. These bombs are deadly, to say the least. These things can really pack a punch. Don't expect them to do that, unlike amazing damage, but enough, for example, to take out engines, to rip a hole if you're contracted by somebody else to make an opening for their troops to go through. You can use this to actually rip through the armor, give them an access point, that kind of thing. Pretty solid stuff. But yeah, that's the first video, or the video for this mod, or this ship mod, sorry. Another one will be coming up pretty soon to actually display the bigger brother, or the actual carrier for the Void Hunter. I haven't decided on a name yet. If you wanna like give me a name or some ideas for a name, be sure to let me know in the descriptions. I will keep an eye on them, no doubt. And you guys can let me know what you like. If you like this ship, test it out, see how it handles. I'm personally a big fan of this. This is a really good ship that I've made. One of the very first ships that actually isn't like overloaded with guns that it doesn't need, or with like ridiculous thrusters and stuff. This is a ship actually meant to be used in an actual combat, or an actual server of sorts. But yeah, guys, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Later, guys.